Hello and good evening. I am live for the hour. I'm doing some readings for you all, as I try to do every Tuesday evening. I got back from a trip, Ohio, Virginia. It's a lovely trip last week, and that sort of put me off schedule a bit, but back on schedule for, I think I've only got a short trip this month, and so I should be here. And I like doing this. I like I like interacting with you all. I can't see anyone, but I like doing it. For anyone that's joining me for the first time or checking this out, yes, I read with tarot cards. I have an interesting story to tell sometime, which I don't think I will right now. I had a quite a hardcore Christian fellow find me on Instagram and let me know what he thought. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Let me know what he thought, and had an interesting and albeit brief interaction with him. I'll go there another time. I don't think this is the moment. I see a couple of you jumping on, and I'll get there. Oh, I can't see comments on Instagram. It's all the other way around, but I'll do my best. What do I want to say? I was looking at the astrology for the next 3.5 months, and I noticed there's a couple of, there's 3 different transits that have a similar length of cycle. I was like, gosh, how does one work with this? What are they? Mercury's in Gemini. Venus is going to be in Gemini later in the week. Jupiter and Uranus also transit around the same sort of time. What do you do with that? How do you work with that? Because if you take a random 3-month period, there's going to be challenges. You take any 3-month period, of course there is. But I was looking at this and feeling into some of the things that are going to be stirred up. I look at this time last year as an example, and there's going to be some things stirred up. So how do we work with it? Just a suggestion. I'm not someone that likes New Year's resolutions. I don't think life works like that. But I do like to work in manageable chunks, like my mum says. So a 3-month period, well, I can work with that. And I recommend you do as well. And so you look at some things that you want to happen in the next 3 months, and everyone's got them. What you want to happen next 3 months, you write them down, and then you start to break them down, like what needs to happen for that. So 3 months is going to pass one way or another, isn't it? Of course it is. You look at 3 months, going to pass one way or another. Is everything you write down going to happen? Probably not. Most of it will, some of it won't, some other things, new things will happen. I'm saying this so that you can have some kind of command over your experience. As I look at this next 3 months, especially with all that Mercury and just the scatteredness of Gemini and so on, I, for me personally, don't want to be in the wash of it. I'd like to plot my course a little bit, accepting that it's going to be shifted, it's going to be changed, because of course it is. But I would wish for grace for myself. I would wish for grace for you as well. And so, as my friend Lewis says, let's have some conscious co-creation, co-participation with spirit, that which is God. Choose to your best ability what you want to experience in the next 3 months. And I'm not saying it will all happen, but probably more of it will happen than if you were just left it alone. And just sharing that for the next 3 months. All right. So hello, everyone. Oh, I'm a little behind here. Oh, Sherry, you're on. Great. I'll get to you. So, okay. Randy, good evening. And Jeanette. Any message from James? He passed just recently. I'm sorry to see that. And Jeanette. And Barbara, I'll get to you next, okay? So, Antoinette, what I'm getting here is he wants you to let you know how he is, and it's actually quite a mix. Actually, quite a mix of things. He is. I've got more to say than this, but he's well and he's okay. Okay, look at the world card here, and there's more to this though. He's with someone he cares deeply about. I don't know who it is. It looks to me like a significant other, but I'm not sure. It could equally be a sister, but whoever that is was someone who he would say completes me. He would say that. So, but there's more. He's in a holding pattern for a while. I don't super know what happens when we pass over. I've got an idea, and I'm comfortable with it for myself, for what it's worth. But I do understand that there's an adjustment. So his path is, of course, far from over, because it's all we are when we're in body is in body, and he's continuing. So he's making assessments now. So just letting you know how he is. Also, there is some sadness of his that he is processing now, because he I was about to say because he can and because he's ready, but I don't mean that. I mean because he's ready. That's it. That's what I mean. I was about to say because he can and he has to, but no, it's because he's ready. So he's where he wants. Yes, he's where he wants to be. Working on this with someone he wants to be with. I get the sense of someone who is fine, who is okay. I'm going to be keeping reaching over there, by the way, because I go live on Instagram to do this as well, and the phone screen, because I'm on my cell phone there, because I can't do it through here, it goes into sleep every minute. It's really frustrating, just like that. All right, so Barbara, let's do that. Can you see that? There we go. I have an interview on Thursday for a job in South Carolina. Wonderful. Had a dream I will be offered the job. Is this good fit for me job wise? So this is an interesting one, Barbara, because I do recommend you take this job. I don't love everything about it, though. I don't love everything about it. I see this as being I see this being a job that advances you on your career. I don't know that you're going to be in this job for a long time if you take it, like a couple of years. I could see. I don't super like the atmosphere, the vibe, as a young person would say, but I do like where it gets you. I do like where it gets you. And so if it were me, if I was looking at this for myself, I would take this job, but I'd also take it with a pinch of salt, and I would, in my head and my heart, say, I'm giving this a fixed period of time. I'll get my feet under the table, but not too far under the table. So I would, if you get offered this, which you think you will, I do suggest taking it, but I'm not painting a picture of the Garden of Eden here. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Angela. I'd like to find a new job soon. Do you have any insight on this? I get that you will. I get that you will. Yeah, an interesting choice of words, because you say find. And that's the sense I get as well. I feel like you're going to find, you're going to come across it. Had an interesting version of that with finding a school for my kids. I was just at the park. I ran into some people, started a conversation. People I knew, started a conversation. They knew them, and by the end of the day, I'd spoken to the teacher of the school, and kids started like a week later. Just as an example of what I'm talking about, my definition of the word find. So I do see it soon, and I'm just going to check how soon, because that's a very nebulous word. I'm seeing it in the next month, Angela. So, you know, for me, when I want something, to happen, I put in energy to it. Even though I know that that's not the only way that the universe works, that the third, fourth dimension works. Sometimes we've got to put in energy, and sometimes we've got to pull back. And I'm not the best person for pulling back. I can't lecture or preach you on that, other than if I can just offer you that, offer you those words. Put in your energy, say to Spirit, say to God, I've showed up. I've showed up. Now it's your turn. I've put in, now you put in. That's what I want to say. All right, Sherry. Any idea if there will be a significant other for your daughter, Sarah? Yes, absolutely, yes. What I'm seeing here, Sherry, she's been a bit, I was going to say mopey, but let's go with sad lately. But oh gosh, I really see something opening up for her, because she's opening up. That's the way it happens, isn't it? So just for the sake of some happy news, let's look at timing. Okay, I'm being asked to say no further than 3 months. I was about to drill down there. I like to, but you know, it's funny because I'm looking at the Tower card here. Because I was looking at time periods, and I pulled the Tower card for 3 months, and you've got a couple falling off a building. I was like, and then Spirit said, falling in love. Yes, I like that. I like that. There was a teacher called Hilda Charlton, and she never liked that expression. She'd say, no. You don't fall in love, you rise in love. Anyway, I'm just here talking to myself. Oh, hello, Nadine. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Kimberly. Trisha. Oh, my best friend had to put a dog down today. Please send love her way, of course. Hey, listen, if we've got a bunch of us on right now, I'm sure you can send some love in your own way to someone who's had to put their dog, had to let go of their dog. Man, that's hard. It's so hard, isn't it? You know, a being that has only given us joy, and it cuts me up. So of course, yes. Of course. Trisha, if you're still on, just put in her name if you would. Wendy, is there a love relationship in your near future? It's not far, but I'm using your words here, Wendy. So you're on the way. You're on the way, and you'll get there. But I don't see it in your near future. And what I was just looking at Sherry's daughter there, and I would say 3 months is near. I think you'd agree with me. I don't see it that close. I see it a little after. I see it a little after 6 months, 6, 7, 8 months for you there. Yeah. I don't want to tell people that. I want to tell people tomorrow, or they're at the door or something. But you can't show people what's going on in higher octaves, can you? You can only talk about it, and sometimes that doesn't land for people. So not soon, but not too far away either, Wendy. Yeah. Okay. So Kate, what do I see ahead for your new dogs? One has health issues. Okay. With something like this, Kate, I'd rather look at each animal individually. So I can only look at them as a whole, as it were. So if you have 2 or 3, I need to look at. I can look at that, which doesn't really help. No, hold on. You said one of them has health issues. So well, let me look at that one. All right, that one, Kate, I see the dog improving. It's just going to take a while. I've got cards like the 8 of Pentacles here, good for the body, but a work in progress. I've got the Page of Cups as well. So do see improvement. I do Spirit saying we are supporting, and I don't always see that. By the way, I know Spirit's always supporting, but they don't always say that. So I just see it taking a while. I see it taking a while. So have some patience there. Remember what domestic animals do for us. They move a lot of our energy. They move a lot of our energy, so we don't have to be moving energy by stepping on plugs and having silly accidents around the house to move energy. They do it for us. And Samantha, you're still awake? She's in the UK. It's late there. All right, Brandy. Oh dear. The doctor is ill. The wife is having to follow some of your co-workers. Dear. And billing, so my job is considered essential. And now, any word on how things might work out? Of course, of course. I see that this is looking okay. This is looking stable, Brandy. I'm wondering if there's a change for you coming up, but it doesn't look like it's precipitated by anything going on with the company or the stability of your job. But this looks good. I think you'd be happy if you could see what I was seeing here. Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 2 of Wands. You know why? Because you're steering. You're steering. You're not waiting to see. You're steering. You've got your hands on the wheel there. Yeah. Good. Oh, Chi-Young, you're sweet. Amy, is the decision you just made the right thing for me? Okay. In a nebulous mood today, Amy. I would say yes. Whatever you've decided, there's a lot of change involved in it. I feel like I've said this like 2 or 3 times already this evening, but there's something to be said for, as I kind of said to Brandy just now, there's something to be said for having your hands on a wheel. And in your respect right now, this looks like you've made a firm decision. I get that you're pondering it, but let me just affirm that it's hard to explain. Sometimes when we make a firm decision, that makes things happen. It's not like, did I do the right thing? It's not because I made a firm decision, something happened. We can make a weak decision. Someone once said, a strong person makes up their mind quickly and changes it infrequently. A weak person makes up their mind slowly and changes it frequently. All right. And the word strong is a judgment there. Of course it is. But what I hear in the word strong and the word weak is connected. A connected person makes a choice, sticks with it. A disconnected person doesn't. A connected person is in touch with the fabric of consciousness, is relating with it, and things happen there. And that's what I'm seeing here, Amy. You made a choice with and in and for change, and I like what I see there for you. I could have just said yes, couldn't I? Could have just said yes. All right, Joelle. Moving forward with Akashic training, do I see this? Do I see you using this in your healing in the future? Okay. Okay, so no and yes. With your healing, let me explain this. I have a set of tuning forks somewhere, which are based on the meridians. But when I try and work with the meridian fields with those tuning forks, it doesn't work because they're different systems. The meridian tuning forks, they work on the energy field of the meridian, not the actual pathway of it. So when you try and get all Akashic with your healing, there's a bit of a disconnect. So what's the yes? The yes is you're already doing it. With absolutely no disrespect meant to the Akashic record modality, because it's freaking amazing. No disrespect meant at all. It is already happening. It's already happening. Akashic records trainings are like the training wheels for something you're already doing. And so when you do healing, just know you're already in the records. It's just another pathway to get there. And so allow what comes when it comes, when you're doing a healing, when you're working on someone, because as soon as you touch someone, there it goes, right? There it goes. As soon as you touch someone, there it is. When you're, there we go. When you're healing, you don't need to go that pathway. You're already there. So you've got a body anchoring you. So just know when information comes, when you're working on someone, it is the Akash, it is their Akash. It's just a different way of getting to the same place. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Tiffany. You've been feeling a bit disconnected lately and not yourself. Any suggestions on how to reconnect and being open again? Lovely. Let me say a couple of things to you here. One is that it's going to happen. It's not contingent on something else. It's going to happen. The variable we've got, of course, is time, and some patience is, and letting go is required. I'm going to come back to that. If you're going to actively work with something, actively work with water, with the element of water. So that means more drinking water, okay, and more bathing. More bathing is. This has nothing to do with hygiene. It's about energetic hygiene. I'm very into that. But more hydration for you, more water, because what are your words? You're reconnecting and opening up again. There's a lot of fire in that. I'm seeing here a lot of element of fire. So you need to balance that with water. Is the first thing. Now the other something else about water is when you're in a bathtub. You know, people over the years have recommended baths, or I have recommended baths, and someone will say, "Oh, I like showers. I take showers." There's something different to taking a bath because you lay down. Your body chemistry is different. Your gravity is different. All of these things is different. And the central point here for you, Tiffany, for you, not to, well, I know for some of you listening, this will be relevant, but for you is letting go. And I don't like to say let go to people. I find it a bit patronizing to say. I don't like to say it, but it is a truth of this world. Let go. What happens when you let go? You let the support you. When we're not letting go, when we're pushing, when we're forcing, and so on, all the things I like to do, just saying, when we do that, we're saying we know better. We're looking at the little version of us, not the greatest version of us. And so I want to say to you, patience, because it's going to happen. And so what do you do? What do you do? And I'm being rhetorical here. What do, you Tiffany, to ease into patience? What do you do to ease yourself into letting go? I hear my kids just got in, by the way. Couple more things about that. Wouldn't have thought of that a second ago. Couple more things about that. It helps you to let go when you're with animals and when you're with children. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And feel free to ignore everything I've just said because it's going to happen anyway. I just said that out loud, didn't I? All right. Elizabeth. This next week at a new store, is it going to go smooth? I'm a little nervous. Okay. it's going to go fine, but I'm seeing you all in your head here. I'm seeing you unfocused, and I'm seeing you giving yourself a hard time, which is not in relation to the external reality there. So I'm not going to get into the depth that I just got into with Tiffany there, but I want to give you the question and see if you actually, I'm not going to follow this up with you. Of course I'm not, but you need to see if you do anything with the question I'm going to ask you now, which is, how do you get out of your head? How do you get out of your head? Because I do see it going well, but I don't see you seeing that. I see you unfocused and giving yourself a hard time. How do you, Elizabeth, get out of your own head? And I'm not going to answer that for you. Crystal. Sorry, I just saw Crystal. I'm going to come back in 1 second to you. Okay. So Trisha just gave the name of her friend. This is Brenna, who had to let her dog go today. And if you want to just it may be in your own heads, in your own heart, just say this lady Brenna, and send some good you that way. All right, Trisha, thank you. Crystal. Oh, by the way, Crystal, I will be coming to Florida in July. I think it's looking like second, third week. So we'd love to chat. Love to chat soon. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Will you be rising in love this year? Yes, I do see it being right at the end of the year, though. This is. I don't know if we've talked about the cards before, Crystal, but I'm looking at the Four of Swords right now, which is, that's when something's kind of dormant. Gonna wake up, but dormant at the moment. And I see your urge as well right now. But the strength that is getting built up, your inner strength that's getting built up, your passion that's getting built up now, it's for something. All right, it's for something. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, Karen. Yeah, I've got to say this out loud. I'm a little dyslexic, so may I have you ask my guides what they're trying to get me to hear? I have a lot of ringing in my ears, so I attune to it, but I don't know what they're saying. Is there a particular guide or angel that's ringing my ears? I would like to consider the rest of that. Would like to thank them when they connect. Okay, this is a really interesting one. And I'm going to look what it is for you, Karen, but this is a really interesting one, because when spiritual energy, shall we say, gets close, it interfaces with, of course, our central nervous system, and our auditory function is one of the closest things to it. We could say our visual field is as well, and sometimes you'll see a haze, won't you? But also we'll get that ringing in our ear. Not everyone in the world is like the people who write spiritual textbooks. I am not. I'm not. I know very few people that really have an awakened eye. And so for the rest of us, what we need to do is look at the first thing that catches our attention once the ringing starts. Because what you're probably doing, Karen, is the ringing starts and you're like, there's ringing. And that takes your attention. That takes your attention, because of course it does, because the ringing wasn't there a minute ago, and it's loud and you can hear it and it's tangible and it's perceptible. But take that to be like the doorbell just rang. When the doorbell rings, you don't go, the doorbell's ringing. You go and answer the door. And so answering the door in your case, well, let's have a look, shall we? You want to know, is it a particular guide, and you want to know what they're saying? Okay. Okay. So it's not the same guide every time, but let's just say it is in your team. And your team is led by Archangel Gabriel, and there's another name I'm not quite getting yet. Because I'm not going to really get into this too much, but there's different hierarchies of guides that work with each of us. And let's say if I'm doing something like this, another bunch comes along, and then your bunch comes along, and it's all a great big party. So for the sake of simplicity, know that you've got Archangel Gabriel, you've got your team working with you. Now, when that ringing comes along for you, Karen, you're being asked to stop, and you're being asked to look what the opportunity is. And so to give you an example, it's stop what you're doing, put it down, and look what you can put in your hand. So they're trying to get you present, trying to ask you to stop something you don't need to be doing to allow something in. There is a bridge, as it were, for you, a bridge action, which is giving. And I say this all the time. You know the drill. There is a point at which giving and receiving are either if they're not the same, they're very, very similar. So. And the point of that is it feels good. And if something feels good, we open up. If we open up, we get the message. So when that ringing comes, and it's like an ooh, isn't it? Ooh. When a ring comes, stop, put something down, even maybe switch the phone off, do something like that, even as a symbolic thing to say, I'm putting this down, give me what I need to pick up. Help me recognize what it is. If you're not getting at that point, there's something you can do for someone. Look, you can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, whatever, and you can make a nice comment on someone's post. You can wish someone happy birthday. You can do any of these things. It's symbolically giving. And when you give, you receive. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Cat is almost done treatment. Feline infectious period. Wow, gosh, will he have a long life? I don't know what you mean by long life, Denise, but I'm going to tune into what you mean rather than tell you how long, okay? Yes, yes, yes. I do think your cat will have whatever your meaning and understanding of a long life is. And well, that's confusing. Right. Okay. Got it. Just trying to understand something in the feed here. All right. We've got Misty. Hello, Misty. What is the key component to making this business venture an ultimate success? Beautiful. Beautiful question. I'm going to give you 3. Research, fun, and communication. And don't think you can do this all yourself. You see that tendency showing up. Pull back, connect. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say communication. Communication. And followed up closely by research and fun, but communication, just with what you're working with there. Vanna, thank you for being here. What I do is for the first 10 minutes, I'll do general readings. From this point, I do specific questions. So please feel free. There should be time. If you've got a specific question, drop in the comments, but I'm doing specific questions from this point onwards, all right? Kate, I've got a bad back for the past 8 weeks. Will it go away anytime soon? Okay. Run out of cards. I do see that, Kate, that it's going to improve. Okay. You know what I'm getting here, Kate, is that rest up. Well, get yourself horizontal anyway, and I see it improving in within the week, for what it's worth. So give that a shot. Give that a shot, because I don't see as much there as I don't see as much there to irritate it as something that should that there would be something that is taking 8 weeks to play out. So if you give it some, if you actually give it some of that kind of attention, I think within a week and a half, you'll be feeling a lot better. I really do. Yes, Savannah, I can go to you next, and Vanna, I'll go to you after that. Okay. Oh, what's that? Okay. I see you on there. Asking about your eyesight. I will get to you next after that. Here's how I'm reading your question, Savannah. Is how it looks for you to buy a house in the next year. And that looks really good, really good. So to me, that means in the next 12 months, not from now until December, but from now until April, May next year. Looks really good, looks really good. I don't suggest jumping on it. I don't. If I'm looking at a sweet spot here, I'm looking at summer, which of course we're not far away from. But yes, I can go with that. So yes, and see what shows up, see what presents itself to you in summer. Okay, Anna, will you and your partner have a baby? I have to ask if I can ask the question. Cool. I can ask, yes. And Vanna, I'm not seeing that at this time. I'm not going to go further into why, but I'm not seeing that at this time. And please forgive me if I'm blunt or insensitive as I say that, but that's just what I'm seeing here. Okay, I appreciate the question. My humanness bugs me sometimes. Okay, so I'm sorry, I've got this on landscape over here. Question about your eyesight. I'm not sure what your question is, but let's see what we get. Well, let's start by saying, oh, I've lost you. Oh no. Oh dear. Will I get it back? Oh, there you are. You're on there now. No, you're not. Oh, anyway. Oh, this is live. Okay. Assuming you're still there to hear my answer to this question about your eyesight. First of all, let me say I see it improving. I do see it improving. There's something about balance between the two eyes. Oh, for God's sake, there we go. There's something about balance between the two eyes I'm seeing as an issue. If that is something you can get corrected either with prescription lenses, or if there are exercises some opticians have you do, but I do see it improving. I see it getting stronger. I see your eyesight getting stronger. Not that it's weak at the moment. but it's a little off balance. Yeah, that I would say. Okay, so I think we are at. I think we've got to all the questions. Well, thank you very much, everyone. If you want to join me on Thursday, it's going to be 6 o'clock. I'll be doing a causal body sound harmonization over there. Looking forward to that. I haven't done that for a while. There was something I was going to say, and it's just past me. I am going to be doing. I do discounts for the holiday type things, and the next one we've got coming up is Mother's Day, and so I do a 50% discount for Mother's Day, whether it's readings you want, whether it's a soul song, and you can be the mother you're getting it for, if you know what I'm saying. So if you'd like that, if you'd like to book a session for yourself or for your mother or something like that, for or around this Sunday, it doesn't have to be on Sunday. You just let me know, ping me a message, and yeah. I was going to say something. Well, I always like to finish by just having us all take a breath, please. Kim and Diane, I see you're on there, but I'm gonna call it now. So let's just take a breath, please. I always just like just to bring our energies together. Appreciation for, of course, for the guides that work through you, through me, for these occasions. And I want to just say a prayer of support to you, to all those that you love, to everything you're doing, for grace and ease and peace and fluidity. And I'm going to say, have a wonderful week to you all. You all have a wonderful, wonderful week. God bless you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your interest. And God bless.